Good afternoon and welcome to the Happy Half Hour. I'm Leigh Kubin, Master Certified Life Coach and Mindset Coach.
Woo, you got it.
I
I
got
thought you were
it.
going to say weight loss coach there.
No,
I,
no, no, not anymore.
I'm Sandra Priestley, I'm a leadership coach and a feng shui practitioner. Happy Thursday. Hello, hello.
Happy
Beautiful.
Thursday.
I am excited for this episode. And guess what? I'm drinking us a can again.
I've got to go get some cans, Sandra.
I know. Today I am drinking Truly Wild Berry Hard Seltzer. I don't know, this must be vodka. I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's pretty tasty.
I hear about this Truly. I think my kids drink it. I have patients that will say, "Can I drink that?" And I'm like, "No."
Oh,
Don't watch my show, but no.
oh. Water it is for Sandra. Okay. Anyway, what are you drinking? And tell me about your week.
I am drinking Josh. I'm being boring these couple
Oh,
weeks, but
thank
we
you.
have a chamber event as soon as I get done here. And they wouldn't care if I got whiskeyed up beforehand, but I just feel a little safer just having a little glass of wine,
Yeah. Yeah.
because truth be told, I'm going to go have a glass of wine or two there.
Yeah. Yeah. Better not to go all completely smashed.
I mean, it helps.
Get there.
Oh my gosh. So what a week.
Yeah.
It's been a good week. I'm not complaining, but it's been a busy week. I'm in class, and every single night this week has been a late night, whether it's being in class, whether it's volunteering, we've got Fable Fest coming up, our biggest fundraiser of the year for the Library Foundation. And it's going to be here October 29th. So we are trying to get everything ironed out. And I've been going, okay, and here's my pattern. I get busy and I have my list and I say, okay, got to get this done, go do it. And when I'm there doing whatever I'm supposed to be doing, I'm not in that moment, soaking it up, enjoying it, going, wow, look at what you're doing. Look at what you're learning. Look at how you're giving. It's okay. Next up, I've got this. Next up, and I don't tend to enjoy the moment like I should.
Right.
Because I'm thinking, okay, you've got this next. And I stopped myself today after 4 days of doing that and went, you're back in your old loop. Why are you not stopping and enjoying each moment, each gift?
Right.
There's something to learn and experience in everything that you're doing. And you're white knuckling your way through it, like, got to get to the next thing. So that's
we do that though, like with so much, right? It's
yeah.
like I feel like it's almost our default to just think of a to-do list and like a task list. And especially when we get busier, it's like, okay, this is next, this is next, this is next. And we don't appreciate the moment we're in.
Yes.
We don't appreciate the magic of the now.
Yeah.
And we get to the end of the day and we say, what the hell did even happen today?
Right.
Like, I felt like I was busy, but I don't even know what I did. Because
we didn't feel it.
Yeah, we're not experiencing it. We don't
and living in the magic of it. I remember it was a time period where it was just, there was one thing after another, and it was sleep, get up, get ready. And so, and this is like completely inappropriate, and if I have to cut it, I will, but but I remember going, okay, gotta have sex in the morning. Like, if we don't get it done in the morning, it's not. And it became a task, like on my brain, like, oh, gotta have sex. And I was like, okay, in the middle of it, going, okay, this is next. And I'm like going, you're not even enjoying this. Like, and that was such a wake up call for me, because that is clearly something that needs to be enjoyed. Doesn't need to be rushed through. Doesn't need to be, okay, I've got this next.
Yeah.
And that's what really got me noticing this pattern. Now,
Mhm.
I'm not doing it there anymore, but I'm doing it the rest of the damn day.
Yeah.
So, not anymore. I have identified it. And that is going to be, I think, my homework for this week
I love it.
is to really stop in each moment and go, don't miss this.
You know, I read something on Facebook today, and I only have like the essence of it. So it is going to be not at all the quote that I read. I don't know what the quote was, and I don't know where who posted or where the fuck it was, but it said something so profound. It was like, it was about the earth. And it was something like, when you move through your day really fast, walking so fast, walking with this purpose, like not really paying attention
Mm-hmm.
to your feet to the ground, not feeling it, not experience it, not experiencing the magic. It's like you are being aggressive to the earth. And when you experience it, when you walk with like acknowledgement, awareness, and when you walk almost like gliding, like experiencing every step and
Feeling it.
every movement, being in it,
Yeah.
it is kinder to the earth. And I just, there's so many things that I've heard like this. Michael Pollan, I heard this from Oprah. Okay, so, but he was interviewing Michael Pollan, and I think he's a chef. And he has a book, and in the book it said, when you're stirring the soup, stir the soup. Like, we have this option of like beating the shit out of it, like
Yeah.
stirring
Hurry
it
up.
quickly, like, oh, where's the gumbo? Okay, oh no, can't burn. And then it's like, how can we experience this? Like stirring it and really paying attention to it, smelling the smells, seeing the whatever it happens to be, like the vegetables coming up, and like truly experiencing how it feels, how it looks, how it smells. And those were, I think it's a daily thing we have to remind ourselves with,
Yeah. Yeah.
because our default is to just move through the day like it's an assembly line of tasks, or it's like a to-do list that we got to check off. And the faster we can do it, the more fucking stars we get.
What
Like,
is
is
that?
this, I don't know if like I got stickers or stars because I did it fast in
We don't
school.
get those anymore.
I did your spelling test real fast. So now I'm going to do everything fast and just get it done. But it was like, I love those quotes, those stories where it just reminds you to like be in the moment, experience the moment, live in the moment.
Yeah. Well, when you were talking about stomping on the ground,
Yeah.
you can feel when you said it, I could feel the energy of that in my body. And I knew exactly what you were talking about. And it
Uh-huh.
almost hurts.
Yeah.
And it's the same way as if the dogs are barking
Mm-hmm.
and they bark and they bark. And I'm like, is he enough? And she keeps barking and barking. And I'm like, is he? And then I raise my voice. And when I do that, it physically hurts my body.
Really?
And I don't know, because what I feel like is I feel like in my brain, it's like, this is what they feel when you do that. So you're getting it back.
Mm-hmm.
It's that. And then I'm like, oh, don't talk like that. That doesn't feel good to you. Can't feel good to them. Still do it sometimes, but that stomping on the ground reminded me that
Mm-hmm.
that's not how we need to go through life. It's not how we wanted to go through life. It's how we
Right.
miss it. We miss the moment.
We miss the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And uh we have a condo in the city,
Mm-hmm.
and where the kids live. And it's so funny because we're like, they're not on the main floor. So there's people above them who stomp.
course.
and they can hear them. And then there's us. And I have lived in apartments when I was going to university. So I was always very careful because as soon as you hear someone stomping above you, you start to walk quietly.
Correct.
And so I was like really paying attention to how I walk and like toes first. And but it is true that I was really paying more attention to every single step, trying to make sure that it was intentionally quiet and
Mm.
like it felt calmer to me. It
Mhm.
feels calmer to do that than to stomp, heel first and walk, 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 walk. Like you're so
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
busy because you're not paying attention to anything. You're not in the moment.
Mm-mm. No.
There's no power of now when
In
you're
that.
constantly thinking about the next step you're going to take, the next thing you're going to do, your to-do list. There's no power of now. Like I
And what are we missing in those moments that we
Mhm.
rush through? Because
Oh,
there's gifts in every segment of our day. And if we just stop to pay attention to them. And it's funny because when we get in that mode where we're like, I'm looking for the magic today, we
mhm.
see it everywhere, but it's because we're present and we're not thinking what's next. We're
Exactly.
just fully in this moment. So
Mhm.
that's my homework for the week.
I
That is
love it.
what I'm grateful over this week, and I've learned a lot. These classes are making my brain explode because it's so much information that's foreign to me.
Mhm. And what
Uh,
classes are you taking?
it's a master class, and so we're talking about funnels and
Oh, yes.
all this stuff that I'm like,
This
I don't
yeah,
even know what you're talking about.
yeah.
And so there's so much, and luckily it'll be a year, so I can just retake, go through because different people do them every night of the week.
Okay.
I can just pick out which classes I need, but it's a lot of information, and but it's given me such a gift because it has the topics and things that have come up have
Mhm.
made me think and have probably allowed me to understand this pattern that I'm repeating that I thought I had gotten rid of.
Nice.
So,
Nice. And even that, even, sometimes I've heard people say, well, I've taken courses and I didn't get my money out of it, or I've taken courses and I didn't get what I wanted out of it, or it wasn't perfect. And I always think, even like already the fact that you've been able to take some of these classes, learn some things, but more so recognize patterns in your thoughts,
yeah.
it's worth it right there, no matter how much
Oh,
you.
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's already made me change my name or my, what I do.
Yeah, true.
No, no, no. Yeah, no, I see the growth and I see what is coming.
Mhm.
Um, and it's so cool, but I'm like, okay, I need to empty out some of the stuff in my brain so I will have room for some new information because I do have blocks on some of this technology stuff because they're going through showing you how to do this and do this on different I want to say apps. I don't know if that's even what
Platforms.
platforms. That's it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and I'm like, okay, don't freak out. Just keep watching. Just
And keep watching. I mean, as I've been doing business coaching now for
mhm,
what, 6 years.
mhm,
And one of the things that I really talked about, well, actually in Beachbody coaching before that, and as a leader, I would help my team and other teams actually, but with some of the stuff. And what I really recognized was we can spend a ton of time trying to learn something that is not our natural strength, something that we don't really like, or just doesn't feel like that is aligned with where we want to go or who we are or our strengths. And
yeah.
we can spend so much time focusing on those, or we can learn it and then decide, do I discard it or do I use it?
Well, they're just teaching me this stuff Like I'll have someone doing all of this stuff for me, but they
Oh,
want me
nice.
to understand it.
Oh, so
They don't expect me to do it.
that's good.
They just want me to understand it so that I can explain what I need done.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And to expand my brain a little bit.
Right.
So no, I am not taking on a lot of those tasks. But it is fascinating when you start getting into all that, like what all is out there that I had no idea. So
Yeah.
kind of fun.
Oh, yeah. It opens up a whole new world.
Yes, for sure.
Really, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting.
So what's going on with you this week?
I a really man, like my phone is blowing up. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
Just one little beat.
And man, um, anyway, so I had a really interesting conversation and I got a really good compliment from someone that I thought was amazing. So I had written a post and I had said about how my daughter had moved into our condo, and we have this thing where pretty much weekly we buy flowers. We buy flowers for her room, like one set of flowers for her room and one set of flowers for the kitchen. And so when we moved in, we purchased flowers and they were the vibe that she wanted and like they have the feel that she wanted. And she just loved them so much. And we bought them from the grocery store. This is where we get all of our flowers, like seriously.
I read that in your post and you said they're the best flowers. And I was like,
They
my
are.
uncle that's a florist would completely disagree with that. But anyway, go ahead.
I know. But you know what? Before we had kids,
Uh-huh.
I would go to the florist. Maybe it's just the florist I go to. So, sorry, uncle, but maybe it's just the florist I go to. But I would go every single week and I would spend a lot of money. Like this was really like I would spend $60. I would go buy 3 King Proteas, which were like $20 a piece. And just for like, I would just go and choose my own bouquet
Mhm.
and they would last for a week. A week.
Yeah.
I bought Gerber daisies from the Sobeys here, and they've lasted for 3.
Yeah.
Seriously, never have I bought them that long at the florist. Anyway, so I we purchased these flowers, and at the end of the post, I had said something like, we want your environment to feel good to you, to feel like a zen, and to be like surround yourself with like items and a space that represents where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was her up level. She has a beautiful room here, but this was like next level her.
Wow.
This was like, oh, so, and she loves it so much. She's like, when I leave, I'm going to take everything from here and I'm going to put it in the in my new space. And so I had asked this question, like, how does it feel? And this woman had responded, and she said something like her space represented the person she didn't want to be. And I responded in the way that I normally would. And it was my response that I got a compliment on. But the way that I responded was perfect. Now we know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like now we know. And you could kind of like you felt from this person that she felt guilty or shameful, or she looked around and went, oh, my space is awful, it doesn't represent who I want to be, I'm so awful, I'm so unworthy, no wonder, and my response was not to say, well, get your shit together.
Right.
My response was, and I fully believe this, great,
Yeah.
I love that you can now see it.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go through your space. You don't have to purchase a whole bunch of stuff.
No.
But let's go through your space and remove the things you don't use, don't love, and don't represent where you want to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, let's just slowly make this as intentional and gentle as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so a client of mine sent back and said, "This is why you're amazing." I'm like, "Oh, it felt
Mhm.
so good."
Yeah.
But how often, I really thought, like, how often are we so hard on ourselves and judge
Oh,
ourselves, and or don't comment on those things because we feel so small? I was
yeah.
so honored that she would feel confident enough and comfortable enough to post that below so
Yeah.
that I had the opportunity to say, "It's okay.
Yeah.
This is amazing."
Mhm.
We now have awareness.
Because once you have the awareness, then you can see your next step. You don't
Right?
have to see every step that the staircase as it may
Yeah.
be. You just do that next thing. And I was talking to Logan about this week about you don't have to know exactly how you're going to get there. You just know
Mhm.
that there's a path and that when you get that impulse to act here, do it. And then
Yeah.
you get the next impulse and the next. And one day you look around and you go, I have been being prepared for this moment. And if
Yeah.
I hadn't done this and this and this and this and all these little things that didn't mean anything at the time,
Mhm.
I wouldn't have ended up in this spot at this moment, ready for this challenge.
Right.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful moment to celebrate because what's she going to go create?
Well, I know, and I really thought, like, man, it's like she's got her feng shui eyes on now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, now she can look around because, um, she had posted a couple of things on my comments or on my post before, and had personally messaged me, and she had said, "I'd just like to sit down and have coffee for you with you for one day. Like, just I'd love to meet up for coffee." And I think that that is one of the coolest
Mhm.
compliments you can get.
Yeah.
And um she but she had messaged me a few times and said, I'm trying to get out of this depression, or I'm trying to get out of this funk that I'm in, and oh, I wish I could manifest this, and I wish. And of course, like, we don't always know what's at the root of it, but then all of a sudden when she posts this, it was like,
Mhm.
we have our starting point.
Correct.
And even if all she does is go through one drawer,
That's it.
it starts to shift everything, how you feel, how you experience
Yes.
life, and what you can manifest, what
Yes.
you can allow in to your life. And
But
I
it
often,
also leads you to the next drawer.
the next drawer.
Yeah.
Oh, because you feel so great.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
if
you
that
feel
worked, what's this going to do?
exactly.
Mhm.
And you know how fun it is to, like, I don't know, but I've always had a junk drawer in my kitchen. Like, it's not junk,
Always.
but like, it's like
It's
things, it's stuff.
an assortment, we'll call them.
It's an assortment of shit. Yes. And so, or like, just even like spoons, and like big huge wooden spoons, or ladles, and garlic presses, and like apple
That is
slicers.
a very specific drawer. That is not a junk drawer.
Well, it feels like a junk drawer because it is not organized.
Well,
You
no,
just,
it's
like,
kind of
throw it
scattered.
in.
Yeah.
But but so I every once in a while will start with this drawer. I don't know. I don't buy things. So how does it get filled with things? I don't know. But I
Mhm.
often will tell this story about how I say, throw out the avocado slicer. You're never gonna fucking use it. And it is so true. I got this avocado slicer for a gift, smart gift. Love avocados. Does not work. It does not work.
Oh,
And probably this person was giving it to me because I hold the avocado in my hand and then I slice the knife towards all of my tendons, right?
yeah.
So, it was a smart gift. It was a thoughtful gift, but it kind of mushed up my avocado, and then I was mad, and I just chose to risk the
Yeah.
tendons for
Correct. Well, I had the best avocado slicer ever.
And do you use it?
Every time we slice avocados.
Oh, see, okay. So
But his
then
name is Paul.
oh, okay, you can keep it.
I will keep it.
But yeah, like I had this avocado slicer in my drawer for, I kid you not, probably 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why? I used it once and thought, this doesn't work. Let me risk my tendons again.
Yeah.
Like, and then I kept it. So I often joke about like, get rid of the avocado slicer, which is just the things that you don't use or need
Yes.
or love.
Or love. Yeah. If it's
You
just
know,
taking up space, it does not need to be in the house.
and how fun it is to remove it and then have more room for my stuff that I do
Oh, yeah.
use.
When I
I don't
pack up the truck and take it to the thrift store and I'm, got all this stuff and it's like all this shit I bought 15 years ago that I
yeah,
never used. It was more decorate, like ketchup bottles and mustard bottles and all these things for the kids' party.
bedazzled tampons.
Oh, bedazzled tampons. I threw those out. But getting rid of and going, well, someone else is going to buy this or take this home and then go, well, I can't use this because if I put ketchup in it, then I got to clean it and I'll waste all the ketchup. And then they'll put it on their counter to be decorative for 20 years.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating.
Or they may get it from the thrift store.
Yeah.
And they may freaking love the dang thing.
There's that.
Right? Like I always think, oh man, like could you imagine if someone took this that I no longer not love, need, use, doesn't represent who I want to be, and they love it.
And that's what they've been looking for. And it just showed up.
They have been looking for an onion blossom maker forever. Couldn't find one.
They don't sell them anymore.
Now they have one. I used that sucker once too. It did not work. It was a ball of dough, but I think it might have been me.
Oh.
I don't actually even like deep fried onions. So
oh my gosh. I love deep fried onions.
I should have sent you my maker.
I mean, I do not eat them often. It is not something maybe once a year, but there are certain times that just sounds amazing. Just need a couple bites. Don't need much. But fried onions, fried pickles.
I do love deep fried pickles.
Especially when it's like snowy outside and we've been locked in the house for 5 days and they're in the freezer and I need a really special snack.
With curry sauce?
No, we dip them in ranch.
Oh.
Tell me about this curry sauce.
Right. You got to try the curry sauce.
Okay.
Yeah. Any curry sauce, like
curry sauce and dip the fried pickles in them.
Yeah.
Paul is going to be all over that.
Yeah. I think you could probably just even put curry powder in, like mix it with your ranch or your, mixture of, I don't know, like mixture of sour cream and mayonnaise. Mix that with curry. Yum.
Okay.
So good. You've got to try it.
That's on the list. I will.
Love it. Yeah.
Well, I think we're out of time.
We are.
Just like that.
This was so fun.
This was so fun.
I'm also very hungry.
I know. It's like, now I'm hoping when I get to this event tonight, they have fried pickles or onion rings. Either one will do.
Either one or both.
I'll let you know next week.
Okay, good.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next Thursday on the Happy Half Hour. Bye.
Bye.